7 early warning signs you will regret your life when you get older. I don't know about you, but I cringe each time I see an old fellow who appears defeated by life. They've lost that spark in their eyes, that erectness in their carriage. They have lost the most valuable assets life has to offer, time, and they don't have much to look back or forward to. Sadly, these people are not hard to find. Most of our viewers on this channel are still young, so you still have some time to avoid the old years of intense regret. I once read the saying, hell on earth is meeting the person you could have become when you've lost strength and the time to dream again. Now that's a terrible place to be. Look out for the signs that you may have a regretful life when you have eventually exhausted your time and strength due to old age. Before we get to it, be sure to subscribe to After School Africa for more insightful videos like this. 1. Your career does not inspire courage. In the words of Maya Angelou, without courage, we cannot practice any other virtue with consistency. We cannot be kind, true, merciful, generous, and honest. You can never achieve anything to be proud of without courage. It takes courage to put yourself in situations that allows you to learn and grow. What does it take for a career to inspire courage? Your career should take you out of your comfort zone consistently. It should challenge you to test your limits. It should afford you opportunities to discover yourself and grow. It should give you opportunities to learn within your sphere of interest. If you are stuck in a routine job that encourages complacency, you're setting yourself up for a late life of regrets. As you get older, you'd wish you had the courage to live a life true to yourself, not the life others expected of you. 2. You think you already know all you need to know. Look back 10 years ago and imagine how different your life would have turned out if you knew what you know now back then. As biased as your confident in your present experience are, your 10-year-older self will definitely know better than your present self. Thinking you already know all you need to know about your career or about life is a show of ignorance. You deprive yourself of the opportunity to learn and grow today. At retirement, people who think they know too much get to realize that they didn't know so much. They ignored the advice of their high-performing friends. They failed to heed the guidance of their mentors. They made no effort to learn the basics of personal finance. Why should they? If it wasn't important enough for their school to teach the subject, it certainly wasn't important enough for them to learn on their own. Right? Wrong. In fact, you'll discover that you don't learn most of the important life skills in school. They are your responsibility to learn in the real world. Now that you're still young, there are plenty of opportunities and resources to quickly learn the skills and education you need. If you think you already know all you need to know, you are setting yourself up for a life of regret. 3. You live above your means. The lure of immediate gratification can distract you from the needs of your future. A common regret people have at retirement is that they didn't start saving for retirement early enough, and this is a regret that grows with age. It'll be even more regretful if you had the chance to save but were too busy buying to keep up with the Joneses. A very important thing about money people take for granted is opportunity cost. For every income you earn, you have the power to decide for the benefit of today or for the benefit of the future. Each time you spend to maintain a lifestyle, you miss the opportunity to use that money for something else, like develop your skills or invest into your future. People can make mockery of someone who is meticulous with their spending and praise the lavish spender, but in the long run, they envy the result of the frugal spender and mock the lack of wisdom of the lavish spender. 4. You're playing too safe with money. I read a story about a man who missed a great opportunity. His friends took him for a ride one day. They drove off the main road and drove through groves of trees to a large uninhabited expanse of land. The friend, Walter, started to describe with great detail the wonderful things he was going to build. Walter wanted his friend, Arthur, to buy some of the land surrounding his project in order to get in early at the bottom of the growth curve. But Arthur thought to himself, who in the world is going to drive 25 miles for this crazy project? Walter explained to his friend that where they are now standing will in just a couple of years be jammed with hotels and restaurants and convention halls to accommodate the people who will come to spend their entire vacations here at his park. He continued, I want you to have the first chance at this surrounding acreage, because in the next 5 years, it will increase in value 700 times. However, Arthur was so short-sighted that he was certain his friend was just being unrealistically ambitious. So he rejected the offer with the excuse that he had tight money situation. And so the story goes that Arthur turned down the opportunity to buy up the land that surrounded what was to become Disneyland. The consequence of playing too safe is that you miss out on a lot of opportunities that could potentially change your life. Many people today are going to wake up one day and realize that they lived through a golden age of opportunities without taking part in it. That will be a very regretful position to be. Remember that you are more likely to regret the shots you didn't take than the shots you took. 5. Your career doesn't allow you to express your true self. Many people may not admit it, but one of our biggest fears is to live through life without people getting to see our true self. You may not care for the world to know that you walked this path, but you do want the people around you to know and experience the package you came with. Unfortunately, a lot of people are in jobs where they are not allowed to think, but to just take orders. You are not allowed to express your creative self. You hate and resent your job and your boss because you feel entrapped. Your dream only exists in someday instead of today. You are relegated into the class of cold and timid souls because getting a monthly paycheck is more important to you than listening to your dying soul. You are setting yourself up for a life of regret. And regret at old age is a deadly poison that kills slowly. You don't want to end up like that. 6. You give up too quickly. One of the most regrettable decisions current retirees said they made was to give up when they didn't think they were making progress. It will be disheartening to see someone else succeed at the thing you gave up on. If you have the habit of not finishing anything you start, you want to get more disciplined. 7. You believe everything will just work out without a plan. This classic mistake occurs in nearly every aspect of life, and retirement is no different. A plan helps to instill the discipline necessary to avoid all the mistakes mentioned in this video. Unfortunately, just as money is a scarce resource during the early part of your career, which makes saving a challenge, so too is time. The lack of time may be the greatest impediment to planning. Your plan may be as distinct as setting specific savings goal, developing skills and ability to earn more, or choosing a career that aligns with your purpose and passion. There's failing to plan, and there's failing to have a plan B. You can't predict the future. You can only develop an array of possible scenarios. Spread your risk and never settle. Retirement is a goal you get only one real shot at. There is no second chance if done wrong or carelessly. If you fall within any of the signs, it's time you re-examine your decisions. If you found this video helpful, like and share it with someone. If you're yet to subscribe to After School Africa, now's a good time to hit the subscribe button. Until next time, your success matters.